Hi, my name is Warren. Signed, Warren. And this is my ethnographic study into the deaf culture and community of Trinidad and Tobago. Guiding my research were several research questions. However, I felt the need for this research to take place specifically because the deaf community in Trinidad and Tobago is often neglected, misunderstood, and subjected to unnecessary hardships, having to live in a society where they are silenced first by their disability and furthermore by cultural norms and perceptions of what a disability is. They are often the invisible marginalized group in all spheres of society, including education, employment, and politics. To begin my research, I sought a space where people of the deaf community would feel comfortable. Having interviewed Dr. Benjamin Braffett, a UWI lecturer, I was linked to the Deaf Sport Organization of Trinidad and Tobago, whereby I was able to gain access into a cricket match series they held within the community. The people were extremely friendly, and it was interesting to hear their individual stories. I participated in the activities, interacting with family members, some of whom weren't deaf, children, and other spectators. I also interviewed several persons after the matches were over to gauge their perspective on being deaf in Trinidad and Tobago. The findings were interesting to say the least. Most deaf individuals can now attend the Cascade School for the Deaf. However, El Dorado Secondary is also now a deaf inclusive school. Based on the economic stance of many families, however, some children may go undetected or do not get the necessary assistance they need to receive a proper education. Deaf persons can leave school with little to no passes based on these educational battles they face, leaving many of them to occupy jobs such as fruit vendors. Deaf language was only recognized as a real language in the 1950s. The Cascade School also banned the use of sign language until the 1970s. However, it's within these schools' own walls that the Trinidad and Tobago Sign Language formed through students creating signs to communicate with each other. Deaf pride is of the most importance. There is a difference between deaf, common D, and deaf, capital D. Intrinsic to their identity is this pride, and it shapes them as a community in unity, supporting each other. Trinidad and Tobago Sign Language and American Sign Language are different languages to English and not recognizable to deaf individuals. Many persons try to write to deaf persons and do not recognize that although sign language resembles English, it is not the same as being able to write or speak the language. Many family members, though supportive of their deaf relatives, still find difficulty in communicating with them. Whether deaf or not, there was a culturally accepted mode of silence through the cultural performance of the cricket match, clapping via waving both hands. Other deaf spaces do exist, such as inclusive churches in St. Joseph. However, other denominations are not as inclusive despite being members of the deaf community.
My name is